Hello and welcome back to my channel, Welshman Reviews. I'm Gareth and welcome back to another Horror Friday. So I thought with the new Steven Soderbergh horror movie coming out this week, Present, about a haunted house, and if I'm not mistaken, it's like in the POV of the the ghost that's haunting the house, I think. I thought I would do my top 5 haunted movies. So it's not really a haunted, could be haunted houses or stuff like that. It is. I think I got a 5 really good ones per year and all that. Obviously, there's a couple of ones that came out in the last 25 years. It is a couple of very old ones in this as well. It is a load that I didn't put in my list. It is. So you got The Haunting, the original old black and white one, House on Haunted Hill, 13 Ghosts I never put in on this list. If I'd done a top 10, maybe I would have, but I wanted to keep this short and sweet. Could have had Beetlejuice, Crimson Peak. It is Hell House series as well. They're pretty good. And that the Amityville Horror, the 70s one. Yep, I haven't got that in there. House, Hereditary, Dead Silence, Sinister didn't quite make my thing, and I really enjoy that. I was umming and ahhing of putting that in my top 5. You know, the Scary Movie movies as well. Scary Movie 2, it is a very good one, and Paranormal Activity, the others. So many great ones that if I'd done a top 10, most of them probably would have been in my bottom half of the top 10. But I thought, just do it like I said, top 5, quick one. And the first one we're going to do is, and I only watched this a couple of years ago, sold the steelbook of it for some weird damn reason. I don't know why, but managed to pick it up again on a pretty good price. And that is The Entity. So this did come out in 1982. It's a very tough watch, to be honest, in some parts. Directed by Sidney J. Furie, written by Frank De Felitta. It does star Barbara Hershey and Ron Silver as well. It is, and it's pretty much about a woman who gets sexually assaulted by ghosts in her house. And then you have Ron Silver's character as her doctor, him thinking it's all in her head and she's making it up and stuff like that, but slowly realizes more towards the end of the movie that she was telling the truth. It is a very tough watch, this one is. You know, Barbara Hershey does an amazing job in this film of someone who's been assaulted in this movie as well. Very good effects for what they are towards the end of the movie, but very practical based in this movie as well. And yeah, very well acted in this movie and very well directed as well. And the music when she's getting assaulted is no like bombastic, maybe orchestrated. It's like a guitar riff going dun dun dun. It's like a violent song for the violence that's happening on the screen, and it is absolutely. I've watched it a couple of times, and each time it gets better with each watch and all that. But it is a very tough watch in some parts. It is, but that's in my number 5. At number 4 is a relatively newer one, and it is done by James Wan, and it is his first of 2 I've got in here. And he did this one first before the other one I got, and that is Insidious. So it is directed by James Wan, written by Leigh Whannell, who just brought out Wolfman. He does star Patrick Wilson, Rose Byrne, Ty Simpkins, Lynn Shay, Leigh Whannell, Angus Sampson. Barbara Hershey plays Patrick Wilson's mother in this movie as well. And it is pretty much about a spirit taking over a haunting a boy instead of a house. And he falls into a coma. And then he has to bring in Lynn Shay and all that to try and get him back. It is. But very good movie. It is very good movie. Very well directed. Love the music on this. Love James Wan as a film director. I love his sweeping shots throughout the house and stuff like that. some very nice jump scares in this one as well, and they are earned in this movie. Not like most haunted horrors, you get some cheap scares. They're very earned and very earned in this movie, and the demon and some of the ghosts in this movie are absolutely amazing. It is in this movie, it is, and yeah, and I love when they go in. Patrick Wilson's character goes in to try and save his son Dalton. Dalton, his name, isn't it? Yeah, Dalton, and it's called the Fervor he goes into because he kind of had in himself when he was a kid as well. It is. That's how Lin Shaye's character comes into this as well. But very well directed, beautiful cinematography in this as well, lovely music, and very well acted as well. So that comes in at number 4. So we come in at number 3, and it is another 80s classic, and that is Poltergeist. So yeah, this is the Tobe Hooper or Steven Spielberg directed movie. It is written by Steven Spielberg, Michael Grayes, and Mark Victor. Does star JoBeth Williams, Heather O'Rourke as Carol Ann, the child. Craig T. Nelson's in this as well. It is a few other guys you recognise in this movie as well. And it is about a couple, a family home becomes the centre of paranormal activity that opens a doorway to the other side, where help they must cross over to get their daughter back. So yeah, daughter gets kidnapped by these poltergeists, brought into the other side. It is, and they have to bring in someone to help them bring it back. So kind of similar to Insidious a bit. This movie, or Insidious is more like this movie, to be honest, taking part like a homage to this movie, but this one's done a lot better in my opinion as well. Some brilliant effects in this movie. It is in this one for an 80s movie, for something that I think when it came out in the 80s was a PG, because you never really had the 12A like you get these days. You don't. But yeah, there is a scene in here where a guy peels his face, or the skin off his face. You're thinking, God, how that passed as a PG back in the day. But, you know, the things were different back then, to be honest. But I think it's classed as a 15 now, which is more understandable. But yeah, very well directed for this movie as well. And you can tell it's a Steven Spielberg kind of written movie. It does feel, that's why there is rumours of he directed this movie, not Tobe Hooper, because it does feel like a Steven Spielberg movie. But yeah, I love the music. And I know a lot of people probably put number 2 in front of this one, but I think this one's a better movie in my opinion. Even though number 2 is a very good movie in its own right, I just prefer Poltergeist. But yeah, I enjoyed the music, the acting, the direction, the cinematography in this as well. But yeah, all very good indeed. So that comes in at number 3. Or number 3, my apologies. Got something else up on my screen. Coming in at number 2, and it is James Wan's other one, which he brought out in 2013, and that is The Conjuring. I absolutely love this movie. I had a bit of a hiatus on horror in the mid 2005 onwards, where horrors didn't really appeal to me so much. I was bringing out, it was all like been like Hostel and stuff like that. It was just a lot of gory and bland and boring movies, to be honest. But Insidious came out, and then this one really rejuvenated me in the horror again. It did, and I haven't looked back since. But I think this is on par with direction for Insidious. I love the story of this because it is technically true, based on a true story. Obviously, they Hollywooded it up a bit for the movies, but it is paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren work to help a family terrorized by a dark premise in their farmhouse. So yeah, directed by James Wan, written by Chad Hayes and Carrie W. Hayes. It does star Patrick Wilson, again comes back from Insidious to this, and Vera Farmiga as Ed Warren and Lorraine Norden, the very famous paranormal investigators from 60s, 70s, 80s onwards. It is Ron Livingston and Lily Taylor play Roger Perron and Carolyn Perron. It is, and a few of the kids as well: Shanley Casway, Haley McFarlane, Joey King, and Mackenzie Foy plays the kids in this movie as well, and Kayla Devon as April. I think he got 4 or 5 kids in this movie, all daughters. It is, but absolutely love this movie. The atmosphere in this one gets you. It does. And again, it's another one that earns its jump scares. And it has a very fantastic third act where the presence has really taken over the mother and she's trying to kill her little girl. And yeah, really tugs at your heartstrings. This movie does as well. Very well directed. Again, not so much music's not anything to write home about, but it's still good in this. Cinematography again is absolutely fantastic in this, and again James Wan and his direction style and all that really suits movies like this. It does. But yeah, absolutely amazing, and really does keep you on the edge of your seat in some scenes. It does. But yeah, Conjuring comes in at number 2, and coming in at number 1 is a 1980s movie, which I only first saw, I think, last year, because Second Sight Films brought it out on a collector's edition. I'm pretty sure it was last year. Might have been the year before. I'm not 100% sure. So it's only recently I've watched it, but I've watched it a few times. And like it's another one that gets better and better with every viewing I get of it. And that is The Changeling. So this was directed by Peter Medak. Writers are Russell Hunter, William Gray, and Diana Maddox. And it does star the great George C. Scott, who comes into this one. He comes into The Exorcist 3 a few years later after this. Tris Van Devern, Melvin Douglas is in this as well. Absolutely phenomenal movie this is. So after the tragic passing of his wife and his child in a car accident, a music professor rents a Seattle mansion haunted by a slain boy. So thinking of this movie, it's everything I love about a haunted movie. Very atmospheric. Doesn't have any deaths that you like. The haunted people don't really kill anyone until pretty much the end of the movie. They don't. So like most of these horror movies, to be honest, like on there, there's no deaths in most of these, to be honest. Not probably any of them really. Isn't, except the odd one, maybe Insidious, the end of the movie. There's no deaths in these, which is so great in a movie that can keep you on the edge of your seat, keep you enthralled in the whole movie, and it doesn't have to have blood or guts or dead bodies in it. There's a lot of movies out there that can't do it, to be honest, and they have to put dead bodies or gruesome deaths in it just to make their movies a bit more appealing. But these ones, I think, and especially The Changeling, for me is like a game changer in the genre it was when it came out. Like I said, I was very late to the game of watching this, but I'm so glad I have. And yeah, it jumped straight to the top when I was thinking of doing my top 5. I couldn't think of any other one going into number 1 at this point. But yeah, the story is very simple but great. Very good music, very atmospheric. You've got the iconic scene with the wheelchair, which they show on the Second Sight Films. Pretty much most of the artwork for this movie has that. The ball, his daughter's ball getting bounced down the stairs and stuff. Oh, it's such a tragic and emotional movie as well. And the acting, especially by George C. Scott, who pretty much carries this movie. The majority of the movie is him. He is absolutely phenomenal in this movie. He is. And yeah, definitely had to be number 1 in my list. So like I said, there's my top 5. I could have put another 5 easily, but I just wanted to keep it short and sweet. I think I got a really good, top 5 there. Yes, I didn't put some other classics in it. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. In the comments below, tell me what your top haunted movies are. I know a lot of people love 13 Ghosts, and don't get me wrong, I like it. I think it's very good, and I really do hope they do the TV series that they planning on doing. But didn't quite make my top 5. But yeah, tell me down below what your favourite haunted movies are. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.